Hey guys, and this is the 7.25 update for Mage. Now, with it comes a lot of changes for the layout, just like the other profiles, but more importantly, it comes with a new rotation based on a lot of feedback I was getting from the previous profile from Reddit in particular. So thank you to everybody on Reddit, you guys really helped out here. Now, what I wanted to show off here is that Mage for Arcane has two phases, the burn phase and the conservative phase, where you try and maintain your mana. Now I've set up some conditions so that while you are in the burn phase, it'll try and have you burn through your mana as quickly as possible while maintaining 4 stacks the entire time. It will still suggest, as you see, the Arcane Barrage on the left there, just to give you an idea that, hey, if you don't want to be in the burn phase, this is the time that you would want to cast it. But once you've used your abilities, Arcane Power and Evocate, and they're on cooldown, it'll assume that you're going to be in the conservative phase because you can't really maintain mana burn anymore, and it'll start having Arcane Barrage show up in the rotation around the 50% mark. Now, that might be adjusted still based on your feedback. I found it okay at around the 50% mark for my personal play, but everything, you know, give me your feedback and I can adjust things very easily. Now, all that being said, the whole idea of Arcane right now is to maintain those two phases as often and for as long as possible, and the rotation now reflects that as best as it can, and it should work dynamically with any changes they make from this point forward. Now, Fire is a very simpler sort of playstyle where once you're in combustion, the rotation changes a lot because it comes a lot more spammy, very specific abilities in a very specific order. So I've changed it so that once you pop into combust, the spell priorities change completely. Some spells will pop up way high on the priority, and it's all based on how you are in Hot Streak. So as you see, we popped it, it'll start suggesting to use Phoenix Flames, and it'll suggest you to wait and cast Pyroblast because it knows that it will crit, it will get the next Hot Streak, and move on from there. Another thing you'll see pop up inside that rotation is Scorch. That will pop up in place of Fireball during combustion, just to have it so that you can get the fastest damage out as possible. Now, I haven't set up any conditions just yet for some legendaries. That's something I'm going to come back to. I haven't had enough time to test that. I just wanted to get the profile out so that everybody can use it and make the adjustments as I need going forward into the future. So right now, only a couple legendaries have been accounted for, namely the Dragon Breath Helm, and also the bracers for Pyroblast. Other legendaries will be added in, such as the Scorch Belt and things like that moving forward, but you can look forward to that in the next update. Now, for Frost, the major thing that I fixed with Frost was I added extra abilities to the rotation. There's now more talents in the rotation, and I added Ebon Bolt to the rotation. Ebon Bolt will have a fairly high priority and will be followed up by a Flurry. Now, I know from the feedback I was getting and from discussing it with other mages that is not necessarily the opener for Frost. Keep in mind that when I'm able, I will put the opener into these things, but it's a very tricky thing to do because sometimes the opener is very time dependent, and I have to pull that information from a pull timer, which not everybody uses and not everybody does. So I always suggest that it's best that you know the opener for your class rather than have a thing tell you to do it. I can still try and implement things like that in the future, but for the time being, right now it's set up on a single target DPS focused rotation, and the opener is not subject to that. Now, all that being said, the simple thing is that when you're casting Ebon Bolt, it'll suggest that you use Flurry right away, and it'll have you use your Ice Lances as much as possible, but the uptime of Frost Bomb and how it appears has been changed a little bit, so it should appear a little bit more often. But yeah, that's everything for Mage. I hope you guys like what you see, and I'll catch you in the next video.